So Star Wars is great, some of the time. So with May the 4th rapidly approaching, or actually today when this comes out, Luke and Josh happen to be doing something Star Warsy and I happen to be doing something Star Warsy, and they said let's probably do a May the 4th thing together. And with Health and Safety Frog still missing in another dimension, I am depressed as shit. So, Star Wars, let's do something fun. We're gonna do Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is kind of vaguely current. And I enjoyed it. It's not perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's a TV show made for kids about a piece of shit in the original Star Wars trilogy that had like 3 lines of dialogue and murdered some defenseless pensioners. So it's not an easy thing to pull together, I don't think, really. But it does have Tamira Morrison in it, and Tamira Morrison is badass as fuck. I have no idea why they cast him as Boba Fett. The only stuff I know him from is that New Zealand movie.
What, you done leg, am I right? You wanna fuck with me?
And his best ever role as psychopath man with gun in Hard Target 2. Holy, when did that happen? Anyway, enough fucking around. Let's get to it. After breaking the sprues apart, doing some filing, doing some gluing, I'm doing a Zenithal Prime with primers from Colourforge. Sent to me by Hugh at Warhub. Really nice primers, super matte and super consistent across the board. I've had a couple of my patrons mention they're not quite sure how to tackle larger models, and it's safe to say larger organic gribblies like this are absolutely a breeze to paint, although intimidating at first. I'm a contrast whore these days, in that no matter what it is, usually I'll block out my main colour choices with them to give me an idea. All the Rancor's skin is getting a once over with Skeleton Horde. Not too light, not too dark, preserves the highlights. And because it's a firm mid-range colour, I can go over this pass again with a mixture of Skeleton Horde and Militarum Green to tint and darken other areas of the skin. Because we preserve the highlights in the colour blocking phase, we can go straight in with some standard coloured washes. Spot on an area where you want the colour at its most saturated and then drag it out to kind of create an easy, pleasant blend. Any followers of the channel know that I just fucking hate fuss, and with my tremors I hate relying on precision work to get any jobs done. Now and again I'll do it, and like a sit down wee I'll treat myself to a bit of edge highlighting, but maintaining that control over long periods of time is frankly fucking exhausting. So a monster like this is just a dream project. I've been making the most of these Artist Opus brushes sent to me by Element Games, and are they a false commodity? I have no idea. I was brought up on garbage Poundland brushes for dry brushing, so to me these are just a step far beyond what I'm used to. And maybe it's because of their price tag, but I maintain and clean these religiously, which is probably part of the reason why they keep working so well. So I'm just gonna, oh for fuck's sake, how have I managed that? With some dry brush highlighting done, I'll go in again with the shades to tint those brighter areas. final touches here on the beastie, pretty standard stuff. Dark aluminium on the metals, black washes, some gloss varnish spotting for them specular highlights. And I'm still having a hard time getting my head around being able to essentially edge highlight with a dry brush here, so excuse me a moment. I will tell you what though, edge highlighting while making sure that everything on camera can be seen is a complete chore. I think most of my clumsy mistakes tend to come from trying to orchestrate my own body around the camera body. If you want to know this weathering process, it's basically a half-assed breezier version of how I painted my McFarlane Space Marine, so go and check that video out if you want to see them scratches. My Boba Fett armor recipe is thusly: Creed camo contrast, camo green, and bright yellow green from Pro Acryl. Plenty of debates to be had about gear improving painting ability, and I make a case for Pro Acryl paints being helpful with mine. A lot of acrylic paints just kinda shit themselves and fall apart when you water them down. Pro Acryl? Nah, just pigment and consistency for days. With this guy looking pretty much how I want him, it's time to head to the studio, do some scenic basing, and get this bad boy wrapped up. Oh, come on, mate, chill. I'm going to be back at like 5 o'clock. Come on. Mate. Kind of chrome lens of some description. Looks like it's kind of broken and looks like it's been modified in some way. Well, thanks to whoever randomly sent me a broken lens. Maybe it does something else. Maybe we'll find out at the end of the video if it does something else. Who knows? So I'm following along with Brushstroke Painting Guide's tutorial here, however, where he's using the problematically named spackle, I'm going to use plaster. Because, well, fuck waiting 24 hours for something to dry. Carving sand dunes into plaster isn't exactly fun or rewarding or easy or how you want to spend an easy afternoon, but it is pretty fucking fast. And with the power of the dry faster, you bastard machine, I can sculpt and be ready to work on this base in under 15 minutes. I use some Citadel texture paints to break up the monotony a little bit. These things tend to get neglected by me quite a bit, but in a pinch they're pretty damn useful. I wouldn't just use these, as I say, monotony is a thing and I don't really care for it much, but they're so technically sound and reliable, I just can't help myself. Expensive? Maybe. Good? Yeah. Now that our base is coated in baby shit brown, we'll dry brush it up to get that sun-bleached desert look. And I can safely say I brought a bazooka to a chess game here and went in way too strong with the sepia wash. This wants to be about a quarter of the strength. And to try and mute this contrast out, weathering powder. I haven't really got the time to restart, so let's just pile some more crap on there and let's see if we can get close enough. Well, I guess that's Boba Fett done. And make sure to check out Luke and Josh's videos if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments down below what other Star Wars projects you might be working on around this time of year. Is it Star Wars Legion? Is it some of the other cool model kits from like Revel or Bandai or something? Just let me know in the comments down below. Now I'm gonna head home, put telly on, put big light on. Cheers, I'm out of here.
Help me. You're my only hope.